national security issue. Go to the LDEA. They are fighting every day. It is disintegrated and into Tata. So this government has failed. And we must commend those who turn up today. We commend those who organize the gathering today in a very organized and peaceful manner. Unfortunately, the president tried to kill it when he issued a statement yesterday of measures that will be taken. Okay? Had these people now rise up to the occasion, probably the president would not have spoken. We're talking about real practical action. We're not talking about political commitments. We're not talking about campaign speeches you made to accuse other people when there's a rampant and widespread drugs, when there are public allegations of a fellow called, I think, Dominic Molu, if I'm not mistaken, who took a public picture with the president of the Republic of Liberia, a personal friend to the son of the president, who was arrested by the LDEA for almost $300,000 United States worth of drugs. And today, his whereabouts is unknown. How is the president serious when there's allegation of drugs right in the home of the president of the Republic of Liberia?
Who has made those allegations? Where?
Okay, I can say this to you. I'm one of those making those allegations, and I can say to you publicly that the president has sons who are involved into drugs, who are just addicts. I can say that to you publicly.
Who? Which of the sons?
Two of his sons. One is Anthony and one is Tantan. They are deeply involved. The president's older son is not just Jojo Boyka. He has another son called Anthony. Probably you don't even know this. Okay? They are involved into drugs. They are just addicts. The president flew one of his sons all year when he got inaugurated, or elected as president. He flew into Lebanon for treatment to get rehabilitated. That's the leadership. You want to fight drugs? Begin to fight drugs in your home. Begin to fight it from your bedroom.
What they could be seen as victims if they are addicts.
Vice President children victim. Vice President children. We should be talking about those inner city boys that people are calling Zogo. I wouldn't call them Zogo, but those inner city boys. These are the people we should be concerned about. Okay? And Judas, look, you know, they bring accusation to say, oh, Akaros Greek and take drugs, but you know what I did today?
I was just about to ask you that again.
Okay, ask me your question.
Do you smoke? Do you get high on drugs? One, do you smoke boom or cigarette or whatsoever? You are on the microphone. A whole lot of people know you.
No, Judas, I will do something unorthodox today. Extremely unorthodox I will do. You check your phone. I'll send you a report of August. I think it's still rolling because the internet is low in here. Yeah, but probably when you get ready, it will come to you. My internet is rolling. So I will send you something and I'll give you the right to publish it. I waive my right, that medical right. August 20th of 2024, there was a justice done on me by the CMDC or Clinic. Okay? It was done. You will see all of the tests. You can go there. I'll give them the right to verify that. And August 22, they came out with the report. I've never smoked before in my life. I'm not even talking about smoking these substances. I'm talking about real cigarette. I never put cigarette in my mouth. Not even the cigarette nut that kids could pick up from the sour and put to their mouth. In other country, it's a terrible country. Probably because of courage. I don't want to say bravery, because sometimes when you're brave, you can be foolish. But because of our courage, our consistency in battling the administration, even when we never had it, when we're in opposition, people try to entitle us falsely to accusation. But those who really take drugs, they know themselves. Those who smoke weed, they know themselves. Those who take cocaine, they know themselves. And I want you to publish that publicly. The only thing I will ask you for is just take the date of birth off. You can cover that.
Why you
no,
don't
I
want
said
people to
that's
know
the
your age?
permission that I don't give to you.
Yeah, why? But you don't want us to
No,
know
I
your
say
age?
you can know my age is there, but
Are you older than you appear or younger than you appear?
I'm younger. But a lot of people don't know that. Okay. I'm younger than my age.
We move on.
So a lot of people don't know. But I just want to say to you, and the reason why, then I will share it, when you publish it, I will share with the other guys in the media so you can see exactly. So when President Boyka even announced the issue of just, this is not the first time, even when I announced under President Sully between 2012 and 2013 that there is a need for public officials to go through just tests, I went to JFK and did a test. And this is the most current test to show to you. And you can go to the hospital and look at it on 15th Street, one of the best hospitals in the Republic of Liberia, one of the best, including the Army Hospital. Okay, the doctor name is there. Everyone that you can check it out. So when I'm talking on the basis of a moral ground that I can stand on.
Okay, we move on to
so
the next
publish
issue.
it for the public to see the report.
Just between 3:30 and 4, I had a different vehicle users here talking about the LTM deal. I don't think the last time you were here we had the chance or the time to talk about it. The Liberia Traffic Management deal, which your government stands accused of passing into law, you failed to implement. So a new government came and began the implementation. What do you say to those allegations?
You see, I will say this again. Probably I've not said it on your station. And I will say this. I will say the facts, then I will go back to the devil advocates.
Okay, let me just read this quickly before we publish. So this is what is believed to be former Representative Moses Akaros Gray's drug test done at the CMDC clinic. They have his name, his date of birth is there. You're not very old man. You're not very old man. But that's okay.
It's not your business.
Morphine. They string him for morphine, negative. Amphetamine, negative. Cannabis, negative. Cocaine, negative. Methamphetamine, negative. Benzodiazepam, negative. Phencyclidine, negative. Barbiturates, negative. Methadone, negative. MDMA, negative. Tramadol, negative. Tricyclic antidepressant, TCA, blah, 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 negative. Okay, so that is that. And this was done on date of test. It was August 20, July 20, because the same was July.
July
20, 2024. The result came up July 22, 2024. He paid by cash or insurance, he paid by cash. The physician name is Dr. Yonda, Department ER, 15th Street, Chismont Avenue. Please let them know that one media person may.
I'll give you the right hand. When I can walk with you there, or I can write down officially. Let them give you that. They have the right to give it to you. So Judas, so when we speak with authority.
Okay.
But
let us go to the LTM.
Let us go.
We have other things to run into.
The first thing here, Judas, I will say this to you, and there is a consistent issue of a problem. And when we say, people, look, what we pass on as member of the 54th legislature, what we pass on is not what the LTMR or LMTR is running with. And because there was an issue of what we passed on and what they were claiming, they could not have implemented under our administration. Because as chairman on executive, let me say this to you, I'm one of those who flag the issue that I say, but what I see these people moving around with is not what we passed. So how come they have this agreement in their possession and claiming? This cannot operate on our administration because we gave that sole authority. The authority that they're claiming, for example, the vehicle registration, the driver lesson, the printing of lesson plate, and all of those things, that particular exclusive right was maintained under the 1987 Act that created the Ministry of Transport. We're very clear about that. Now, assuming, Judas, assuming, because that agreement even came under President Sirleaf. It came as far by under President Sirleaf. You have to go back to the historicity, and it was not even implemented. Then there was a revised edition that was sent to us, and I just gave you what we did. Let's assume, Judas, because during the period of campaign, the government said, look, we'll create job opportunities, we'll protect the workers. For example, not only that, CDC has passed buy agreements or contracts that were signed, the Meta, for example, like the CTN, all of those things, the GTMS, for example, all of those companies, they are buy agreement for the country, including this agreement. So assuming that, assuming that's the devil advocate, it was passed on to the CDC administration, and there are people who will be all the jobs, people who voted for you and some who did not vote for you, but they are Liberians. And you know the D is not good for the country. Will you implement it? Listen to the minister himself. The minister himself insisted, because he was deputy minister under administration and minister today, he himself in the public hearing insisted that that provision of the law remains under the Ministry of Transport. So there is not a debate. I just think this administration has been heartless. The way they anticipated to have generated revenue, they're not generating revenue like that. So they got to squeeze up every aspect everywhere.
Well, but this deal doesn't give the government revenue. It even takes more away.
Exactly, but guess what? It gives the government a little revenue, okay, in terms of what the government will get in certain years. It gives the government a little revenue. But does it give the government the amount of revenue generation in terms of the Ministry of Transport performing the tax? When the Ministry of Transport performs the tax, it provides more revenue generation to the government of the Republic of Liberia. You're talking about almost generating, according to the Ministry of Transport, almost generating $12 million. When the government gave them $3 million, they generate $12 million. Okay, so it's between almost $9 million or to $10 million United dollars that they generate for the government. Why you can't allow them to maintain it? And today, you will be shocked. Today, I want you to go do your independent investigation. The LMTI, the same work they're doing, the Ministry of Transport is still doing it, the LRA department is still at the Ministry of Transport. They still collecting money and still providing the same services while LMTI still providing the services also. But LRA is not working with LMTI. LMTI is collecting that money, keeping the money. Maybe they will decide one day to carry it to LRA. So it's a big confusion. It's a big confusion that the government has refused to resolve because there are hands in this government. And I'm not hiding it from you, I will say it. Because when the police director, I want to be clear and put me on record, I'm saying it. The director of police, when he was appointed in the CDC-led administration, he came with this same thing to me.
As the NBC
yes, Bureau of Concession head. He was very clear that this thing here, okay, he has interest in it, okay, that his people, he helped to have brought them to Liberia. It's very important that it should have been implemented. I told him clear that this thing cannot be implemented in Liberia. It will take jobs from people. We cannot take jobs from people. To take jobs from people at that time, at that critical juncture, it would have been disastrous. Today, where does he live? By A Street. Who takes care of that place? The same people.
You sure?
Yeah, the same people. A Street. The B-side, the same people. You know? The same people. The Minister of Justice, these are the players. These are the guys that are bouncing the ball. These are the guys that are scoring the goal. Why you think the police director went and took the transport ministry people? You heard the people saying that they were not evicted by court order, where they had to do their collection or their work. The police just went in force. Just imagine the LMTI, the Sambo, everything has the police badge, the police logo, everything on it. The police is so involved into this because of Gregory Coleman's self-made agenda. That's why the police is so involved into this. Nothing else. Well, what more do you want?
You have lawmakers up Capitol Hill, and how do you ensure that they are picking this up even more forcefully, more seriously, with one of your own CDC-backed lawmakers, Bernard Benson, backing this LTMI deal?
No, Bernard is not a CDC lawmaker.
I said CDC-backed.
Okay, no, yeah, he's not a CDC lawmaker. Let's put that on record first. But I will say this much to you. Let me commend the chairman on the Committee on Investment and the Committee on Investment, those involved into it in the House of Representatives. I think they took a great step to send their recommendations or make requests to the President of the Republic of Liberia. My only disappointment is that the current Speaker and the current Pro Tem, they were there and they know exactly what happened. They are
you all didn't pass
that page 12 version they're talking about.
That will give.
Yeah, I can send the original. I think you got the original copy. Yeah, that particular authority on page 12 was not given to them. Those authorities were not given to them. Okay, and they know that clearly. It's dubious. That contract they're running around with is dubious, and we got to be clear. But some of the problem here is that some senators have interest in this business, and Senator Zopeno is one of them. He flew into Lebanon to meet the people, doing this agreement under the CDC-led administration.
Wow.
Yes, Judas. I'm saying what I know. Okay, I told them the deal cannot work. It's not possible. Liberians, look, let me tell you this. The former Minister of Justice, the late Cheru, he wrote an opinion for an autonomous bureau to be established under the law. There's a provision of the law. I have the copy of his opinion and the provision of the law in my phone. I have to check it out. I will send it to you so you can see exactly. The current Justice Minister went to the House and lied that all his predecessors' opinion were the same opinion that he propounded, which is lie. The late Frederick Cherry opinion, I will send that opinion to you. Okay, if you give me some time now, I'm on air, that's all. I will send that opinion to you. He said that, look, there was a suggestion in one of the acts, I think it's the Ministry of Justice or the Police Act, one of it, that talked about the establishment of an autonomous bureau. So he recommended to the Salif-led administration, his opinion was that establish an autonomous bureau. And if you establish that autonomous bureau, for example, like the LRA today, the LRA will honor the old Ministry of Finance. The revenue component will honor the old Ministry of Finance. When we dissolve the old Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Planning, and we merge the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Planning to form the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Development today, we took the revenue component for under the old Ministry of Finance and established what we call the Liberian Revenue Authority, because the old Ministry of Finance was collecting revenue and at the same time making determination on how the revenue will be spent, or how the money will be spent. So the autonomous bureau that was suggested by the late Frederick Cheru under President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Minister of Justice, once it would have been legislated, it presupposed that everybody who working under that aspect of the license plate, the vehicle registration, all of them will be what? Absorbed into the autonomous bureau, like we did the LRA. So everybody are working the revenue component of the old Ministry of Finance. When the LRA was created, we absorbed them into the LRA automatically. Okay? Take for example, today there's a tourism act. There's a tourism bill. The Ministry of Culture, Information, and Tourism. So once that tourism act comes into full effect, because there's a transitional clause within it, it means everybody working under the Bureau of Tourism will be absorbed, so no one will lose their jobs. That's the transitional clause. So we're not cruel and callous enough,
okay,
not to allow our people to work. Yeah, we're not cruel enough. Yeah. So Judas, this agreement, this contract is a contract that we must understand clearly. That this contract, we must understand clearly that certain characters in this government have interest in the contract. That's why they are forceful in showing that this is being implemented. And Gregory Coleman, police director, is one of those who has a hand, a feet, his hair, a body, everything in this particular contract here. He's involved into it. He's one of the guys. Okay, he cared less about the welfare of the people. They went and broke into the people places, the Ministry of Transport, forcefully took the people out and went and put the people in. You sign a document here, you get police badge on a private company, police logo on a private company police logo. See the private company sample, the police logo there, the public record. These are the things that we're talking about. Okay, these crooks and guys that came to the country, they came to power to steal and pretending as if to say they want to fight corruption, all of those things. We're not hiding their names. We expose them. Judas. We have to expose them. If we do not expose them, if we do not say there are senators also who have interest in this deal, okay, and think that they can bankroll that 2029 campaign because the guys will give them some money, okay.
Okay. Now, the reason I kept a little silent so the public knows is I'm trying to reach out to those whom you've made accusations against. I've tried. The number I have for Senator Zopeno is not going through.
Let me repeat, Zoe flew to Lebanon to meet these people.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm also getting in touch with the police boss to see if he can respond.
All
to
the
this.
director hand feed everything inside. You see a police people running all around behind the people.
So let's move on to the next thing. Let's talk about your CDC. You are literally headquarterless. That's as per the. Okay, I think we have the police boss here. Police IG Gregory Coleman, welcome to the OK Conversation. Yeah? Yes, sir. Is this Police IG Gregory Coleman? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello, I get you.
Is this a police IG? This person doesn't sound like him. I want to talk to the police IG.
Acabas on air, I'm call.
Well, I don't know, but different people were.
Yeah, Judas, you can be calling them now. Let go. Don't be eating my time or time. Can I say call us line open? We're going almost 1-2 minutes. When you get there, you can put them on air.
Just accusations.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You put them on air. I'm running away. And people accuse me, I give you my report.
Now, quickly, you are almost headquarterless as per the court. Why you all can't go somewhere else? Leave these people's property. They're tired with you. Move on. Move on.
Judas, when I listened to you the last time, you know why? I just laugh. I say, hey, Judas, yeah. You know, I smart. But Judas, it's good that the party exhausts all legal means. It's good. I think the law must be respected. It's good. Okay? I'm one of those who have an opinion. And this is my opinion. My opinion is very clear that once the party exhausts every means, the party has to move on. There's no if and any about that. I will not speak for the National Executive Committee of the CDC, but the headquarters does not define the numerical strength of the CDC. It doesn't define that. The CDC can find any error. Okay, I know a lot of things have been going behind the scene. I'm not close for the authority to say that, and I will not say that. It's very important for me not to say that. But the CDC will move on at the end of the day. I believe those people don't want the CDC there because talking about 4 to 5 million United States dollars and all of those things. There are a lot of politics.
I'm told there may be some business entity that wants to buy the property, so you just move on.
No, what you see, there are a lot of complications about our headquarters. It's compound complex, and we may not be able to say all. But you like a business institution, I can say far back at 2016. You know, the CDC left our headquarters before.
Oh.
Yeah, the CDC left our headquarters. That's how we came down street to where President Weah is residing now on that street. We left our headquarters before. The same Rick Monroe.
And why did you go back?
Yeah, we went back again after the same individual said we can go back. You know, they went to court, and then another family went to court. So that let me tell you, today, if one person wins the case, it does not end the quarrel over the headquarters. There are 3 different issues on the headquarters. As far back at 2014, 15, 16, like you talk about a business person who even gave money to one of the guys who contesting for the headquarters to go to court. And if you win the case, I will be the first that you will sell the headquarters to for a certain amount of money. Okay, that issue is one issue there. There's another issue at the Supreme Court laying down there now. I'm not just talking about this infection you're talking about against the guy who won the case at the lower court level. So there are a lot of complications into the headquarters issue that family issue. I don't want to get involved into those family issues. So the CDC, at the end of the day, the CDC will move on. It's no argument. The CDC is not demanding. The CDC is not insisting. The CDC is following the law, and the laws must be respected of the country. That's all we say. So headquarters does not define the numerical strength of the CDC.
Okay.
It doesn't define the idea. That idea, if I get out there today and say seditions, they will come. Even in front of your place could be a walking location for the CDC. Okay, so CDC is not worried about headquarters.
We move on to the next. Your party is losing people. You are hemorrhaging. The likes of Thomas Fala, Mobile Molu resigned. We are hearing, he hasn't confirmed to me yet, though. Senator Sir Joseph may be. I have been reading. It's an allegation about him leaving as well to form another party and all of that. You have a whole lot of your people going. Are you concerned about that?
No, I can say. Let me say this first to you, Julius. It's the constitutional right of any Liberian to associate with any organization, whether political institution or any other organization, and disassociate. There's a constitutional provision. The rights of those people who associated with the CDC or who are associating with the CDC and decided to disassociate or we want to disassociate, we must respect those fundamental rights. We must respect that rights. What I've said always is that, look,
doesn't it affect your party?
No, it doesn't. I will say this much to you. Interestingly, I'm one of the longest serving executive committee members of the party. I said one of the longest in the party. So I understand the history of the party. Great men have come to the CDC and they left. No chairpersons were more powerful than Geraldine Doe Sharif or Orishagu, the chairman, the then chairman of the ANC. He left, they established the ANC. Okay? Mr. Ure became a member of the CDC. He left the CDC and he established the ALP. Okay? Many persons, you can go on and on. Judge Osahi was chairman of the CDC. Our friend Josh Solo was chairman of the CDC. He left. Okay? The CDC survived. The CDC won the election. There are people, at a point in time, I can tell you, between 2005 to 2011, 2012, in fact, between 2005 to 2012, about 60% of the National Executive Committee of the CDC deflected and left. We reorganized the movement and we survived 2017. We came to election and won the election. Nobody indispensable to the survival of the CDC. No individual is indispensable. But again,
former Senator Johnson, I will take you.
But again, I will say to you, I will say to you, I believe and I'm predicting that some of these people who are leaving, by 2029 they will come back. 2028, 2029.
So it's a tactic, a strategy by you, a kind of autopodal movement where you stretch yourself here and there and grab and then come back.
No, it's not a tactic, it's not a strategy. And I forgot to say to you, we had a vice tenor Barrow Rudolph Johnson in 2005 who left the CDC along with his political institution. We also had a Stenaborough in 2011, Winston Topman, that we expelled from the CDC and left and broke away with his political institution. The CDC still survived.
Okay.
So it's not a strange thing for the CDC to be in the amalgamation of forces. So some of those forces left the CDC as political institutions or political actors or individuals. But the mistake people are making.
Former Senator Johnson, I will the call
mistake,
you, end
the mistake people are making is that, look, I can confirm to you that Sir Joseph is forming a political party.
Okay.
Yes, I can confirm to you that he has interest in running for the presidency. He made that clear to me. I can confirm to you. Okay? So, for us, for me, I think it's a good thing. But his argument that I saw on Facebook that he won more numbers in Monserrato than President Weah and Joseph Boakai, he's so popular. Did he take the percentage into consideration? Did he take the number of registered voters in all of these elections into consideration? No senatorial candidate had won a percentage more than President Weah in 2014 or 78%, followed by Darius DeLong. Okay, Sir Joseph always in the 50-something%. How they call it? DeLong won more percentage than him. But 2014, the turnout was very low because it was a midterm election in 2014. The total voter registration was also low as compared to 2020. The number of persons in Monserrato County, and then you know the Ebola situation. Then Senator DeLong also, even the Sir Joseph who went 2018 and won the seat that President Weah relinquished, the turnout was also that high. Senator DeLong went to two separate, one by and one midterm election. The same thing, because you know some people lost their vote. That new registration and all of those things, but this was a very new registration of a huge number, but you still fell in the 50-something%.
Okay.
And we look at the percentage. How do you claim your popularity? People from CDC were voting for you because you are from CDC. There were some people from Unity Party and other political institutions say, "Oh yeah, I think he's doing well, so we'll vote for him as senator." When it comes to the presidency, that argument is faulty.
Okay.
It's like living in bubbles.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
swallowing
move on
your
to the
little
next.
portfolio of nothingness.
Yeah. The state of the economy, people say the country is hot. Celebration. Hold on. I'm setting the basis for my question. Officials of government celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, and here and that. When people critique you are cited as one of those. You left your people, got married in Paris, in an elaborate, outlandishly, scaringly opulent wedding. Well, first of all, why did you choose? I don't know if you spoke into it before you talk about today's state of the economy. Why did you ever choose to get married in Paris, and in terms of expenditure and all those kinds of things? Where did you get the money from and all that? As a public figure, you should be answering that question.
Judas, and it's good. That's why they criticize me. When you criticize someone and you come to repeat the same thing, it's like Animal Farm. Okay? You criticize me. I take responsibility. But did I want an elope, that means a getaway marriage. Well, one day you just wake up and say, I'm married. That was my dream to do so, and I did it. Okay? Not only that, sometimes marriage is not only it's not determined by the men, you know, and I.
No, but that when you said sometimes in this case.
No, it was an elope that I envisioned from childhood days. Yeah.
That you want to have that kind of wedding.
No, elope. I mean, I just wanted to wake up one morning, whether in Liberia or outside of Liberia. You just say Julius Akaros is married. That's what I wanted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, but Julius, what is unfortunate is that, you know, a lot of people don't
know.
No,
you didn't answer the other question about the expenditure.
No, but the expenditure,
okay.
What is unfortunate is that a lot of people don't know. And it's sad, to be frank with you. Somebody has everything in it. If you want to have a rare wedding, like you spend more money. You spend more money. Even now, Maria asking how much you spend. If you're going to fly to Ivory Coast, the hall will have been red decorated, the chairs will have been there, everything will have been available. And the family size, also the size of the wedding that you wanted. Okay? So I was just asking somebody a question. When somebody getting married in Sudan to a church, the whole Sudan will be invited. Everybody will go to the church when you get invitation. President Boyka had his anniversary. Now I'm not talking about the recent anniversary, the anniversary in 2024. Okay? The people walking the poo water, were they there? And just had a birthday and anniversary celebration, 53rd anniversary celebration. The Unity Party people been putting money that walking the poo water right here in front of your place, going all the way. Were they invited? They couldn't go there. Okay? It's something that's your personal decision. That's the personal decision. Okay, but the highest office of the land, these are the hypocrisy that we're talking about. You know, sometimes I look at it, people say, oh, people get their life to live. They get their personal life to live.
I have an idea of who you are in terms of financial expenditure. However, I don't know why you like to spend money on. I know different people like to spend money on different things.
Yeah, what kind of idea you
got? So I'm asking you again, in terms of that wedding, how much was it like? And did you really spend your own money?
No. I spent little of my money.
And where did
I
all
will not go in there.
And where did all spend
little, Judas, I just want you to just get up. Where have you? The first thing I represented Liberia, the biggest parliament in the world, Europe. Where you get Europeans, parliamentarians from France, from Belgium, from Greece, from Italy.
Some of them put money there?
No, listen now. Listen, let me just tell you. I say I got friends. Okay, people don't know.
But if some of your friends put money, that's okay. You don't need a beat.
You are in Belgium that day when I told you I'm leaving, right? You were in Belgium that day. Okay, when I told you that I'm leaving. Okay, Judas, when I travel at that moment from the flight, there will be a car waiting for me to take me from the flight. That public record, you may know that. Okay, so Judas, we don't talk. You know when you look at
some of your friends gave you money for the wedding.
You call him Jalo.
And so some of your friends put money
in this case.
And so some of your friends put money in there.
But you know, besides that, I got friends all in Liberia. Do you know how many friends I have?
Okay.
Okay.
So quickly before we take calls on the state of the economy and all of these things happening, what do you think and what needs to be done? You're a former lawmaker. You may have an idea and advice for the government.
Judas, you see, you want me to advise the government that does not want my advice.
It doesn't matter.
No, this is to advise a government
public interest.
That does not want my advice. The first thing, the government got to stop lying. That's the first thing.
Lying about what?
Look, when you lie about the reality of the economy, Judas, just give me a few minutes. The government got to stop lying. Judas, for 12 years, I want the public to hear this. Liberia had heavy international support, donor support. The government was not depending even 30% on domestic revenue. The government was depending on international support. The donors, army were here. Money was being pumped. Billions of dollars were being pumped into the economy. Direct budgetary support, training of manpower to build their capacity for Liberia, Liberians, GMAP were here, and all of those things. So the government, under President Sirleaf and Joseph Boakai, had a lot of support. They had a lot of leverage. Unfortunately for the CDC-led administration, when we were taking over, all of these supports left because the people had to go to crisis-prone countries or where crises were. They had to leave. The 15,000 army troops and all of those people had to leave. So that means even security, cokes and all of those things. People lost their jobs to a greater extent. The housing market went down because the people were living in those homes and paying great amount of money. All of those things. So we inherited that. Then the COVID came in. Then the Ukrainian war came in, and we had to depend on to a greater extent on local revenue generated. We're compared to introduce harmonization. Then they spoke against harmonization. They use it as a weapon against us. They have come to power. They cannot scratch all harmonization. And let me commend the Minister of Finance. He's been very factual on some occasions. I must admit to that, the current Minister of Finance. So the reality is in the Israeli war. Okay, Israel, Iran, the Hezbollah, and all of those things. So a lot of problem when it comes to the economy, not just Liberia, but around the world. And this government now, they took power, and they see the reality what CDC went through. They got to depend on the domestic revenue. They got to depend on that. Okay? So how do they manage it? With all real donor support to a greater extent. You say her cut down on her programs. Similarly, that the COVID things were not coming into the country and all of those things. So you say I cut down on that program. In 12 years, they sold almost all the resources of the country. More than 70, some more concession agreement. So all the signature fees they had all. They are not signing concessions like that no more again. So they're not generating no kind of a revenue and all of those things. So the government is challenged. The government, the president said it. People thought he was joking. The president said the country is high. The president said, my vice president, we had a committee and we look at prices, for example, across the country. But they are putting more taxes. And why are they putting taxes? The GST going to 12%. The surge on the exportation of rubber or local farmers, we're here today at 4%. Okay? 2% on cash out money at Orange. They say they're trying to have a press flow at a level balance. No, you should have come to the lower that Orange were giving and reduce loan start, but you say carrying it up to loan. They're looking for money. They are desperately looking for money. That's why they LMTR, they're looking for money all over the place. They're confused. Okay. So the government does not want to listen. They got Amara Konen, for example, been a former finance. Well, like you or not, you may have your own problem. They're not even listening to him. You got John Ward who did all the, some of the guys who have contact all the Vice President Jeremiah came to power all knowing a single person in the international community. Business-wise, a single person, the only thing you used to do to go get goods to China in the black market and bring it to Liberia to sell.
I know what you mean by black market.
What
is black market?
I will tell you what the black market is. The black market is this. You will not take the quality of the bag. The one that is substandard that the one that will buy and bring to Liberia to sell.
No, but that is not black market.
No, I'm telling yeah, buy the one. That's why you're doing that black market there. They talk about yellow machine. Up to now, the yellow machine, and I can probably have to point in the 2 years, the lie that the yellow machine were coming to the country. They lie a lot. I'm telling you, they are good at lying.
Okay.
And when you keep lying and raising the hope of the people, you listen to Amara says something very important. Before we go, after the election, what Amara say? You should what? Manage your expectation. Instead of them capitalizing on that, because they had done all of the lies now to win power. The easier thing is to win power, but to manage.
It's another thing. Thanks so kindly, sir. Yeah, let's take a few because time is already out. Former Senator Sandra Johnson, sorry because of time, but quickly, what do you want to say about the LTM deal you reached out to me through a message?
Well, thank you, Julius. And I want to greet my little brother and friend, Honorable Akaros Gray. It's been a long time. But let me just say this. It's unfortunate that we have less than 5 minutes. And so I would strongly suggest that you allow us to come tomorrow.
No, I'm not. I don't work on Friday. So next week I could bring you in. Do you have views that are contrary to what Akaros has said?
Yes. I want to differ or disagree with my little brother on the
It said possible we do a debate for both of you since it's on the LTMI.
That's what I want because.
Okay, for both of you to be in the studio.
Yeah, but because we want to give a clear picture.
Okay, good.
When it comes to the Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated Concession Agreement.
Okay, great.
And let me say this. It's legal, it's valid, and we can defend it because I was there.
Okay, it is legal, it is valid, and you can defend it because you were there. Akara says no. So, do you do you accept the debate next week, sir?
The senator.
Okay, so let's do
Yeah.
Monday. Monday from.
The senator is my big brother.
Yeah, so I'll reach
waiting
out to
for him.
both of you on the time.
Okay, good.
Monday.
So I will give you some documents on your
Okay,
WhatsApp.
good. Thanks.
Then we can prepare for the debate on Monday. I'm prepared,
And I want us to go beyond just the
Yeah,
LMTR.
sure.
Because the senator is defending the government now, so we can have a
I
good
think
conversation.
I'll give you 1 hour 30 minutes next week. Thanks so kindly, sir.
or repeat it.
Okay.
That's
Okay, thanks so kindly. His name is former senator. So we have the former senator and the former representative. That's
my
perfect.
big brother.
Yeah.
From the
So,
same region, technically.
yeah.
But I'm waiting for him.
777-995-555-995. It is almost that time. It's always not enough to have the former
Jesus, you always
representative.
cheating me.
I just said
You
cheating
always
you.
cheating me one time.
Oh, welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
Thank you, Julia. I'm focused Muslim Julia from the southeast. And let me say, we're going to representative.
Yeah, quickly. Just for 45 seconds. Our news is coming up.
For me, what I want to say is that the departure of those guys I named, the likes of Sir Joseph, the likes of Chama Father, is a great blow to the CDC. Look,
Okay, it's a great blow to the CDC. Thanks so kindly. Musa Sharif, let's hear you quickly. Former Representative Kennedy defeated as well. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hi to my brother.
Yeah, the man who was defeated too. That two defeated candidates. Go ahead. Yeah, but they defeated you. You defeated too.
I've called in regard to this stuff. Now that the Labrador people say that they do one day, is there a situation where somebody will say, I stand by my story? Even though the man is not there, they say, yeah, but they say, oh, I feel ready my story, I stand by it. Now, we agree. We say correct, no problem. But the person who want it, the law are made for the benefit of the people. When the people free starting reverse that law.
Okay.
So is there a catching stone? It is not.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Let's see who's here. 30 seconds. Welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, really?
Yes, go ahead quickly. No time.
Yeah, because that's the point back that's not in the conversation.
Quickly. Oh, you went over testimony, someone argue over. Welcome, let's hear you quickly.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Julius. My name is Mohamed M. Kamal, calling from District 2, Mozarado County.
30 seconds.
Julius, you know, we are discussing national issues, especially the former representative, Moses Akara Gray. Let me be sincere to the public. You asked your question, Jenna, you said that to go and get married first. You need speak volume. People, what all you were saying, people didn't hear it. And you're talking about the other representatives and the other law and this and that. Let me be real. What did he mean to leave the country and go get a wedding in France?
Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's hear you 30 seconds quickly. Hello? Okay, you're not there. Let's come on this line. 30 seconds as well. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, this is Kevin Matari, Kevin DJ Matari.
As Assistant Minister Kevin Matari, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Gray is just a loose talker. This is a very Gray who saw in our same studio.
No, address the issues that he talked about, please. Yeah, we don't have enough time, so you should just address what you want to address.
This is a very Gray who sat in our same studio who said Free Johnson leaving prior to the election. It was absolutely nothing. I think Gray in the studio. He said Tom Fowler leaving and nothing. He said Sir Joseph leaving and absolutely nothing. This is the same Gray. He's just a loose talker.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Loose talker. Let's come here. 30 seconds quickly. Yeah, final call.
The man is not loose talker while the people say Moko. Ombudsman, that matter me.
Yeah, we did not even talk about the code of conduct. Yeah.
I tell you, great thank you.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Hold it there. Let me squeeze in Representative Muka Kamara. 30 seconds, sir.
Good evening, Julius and our Calgary. I just want to make the public understand the issue about the transport management thing. You look at the law, whether it suit the people want it. If the public want it, it's something that you can go into. But if they reject it from all aspects, it's something for the government to listen, and we wanted to listen.
Okay. We want them to listen. Thanks so kindly, sir. Former Representative Gray, 30 seconds to wrap
Yeah,
up.
he said they want the government to listen. Unfortunately, it is the government they voted for that is not listening to them.
No, that's your own representative. Just talk with Muka Kamara.
No, I said unfortunately the government is not listening to them.
Oh.
Okay, he know what I'm talking about. The people who voted for the government. The other guy say I'm a loose talker. You know, he worked for Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn. I've seen a lot of his posts and other things. He doesn't want me to be reckless on the vice president. So sometimes he need to watch his conversation. These are things that I talk about ministers in government. I'll be polite. Okay, ministers in government.
Yeah,
you
because
know, they are very insulting. Yeah, but somebody says something, you know, you look out, people say it's a loose talker. I don't respond to little boys. Those are the creatures. They are not the creator. Kuhn is the creator. Like Joseph Boyka, President Boyka is the creator of the creatures. I go for the creators. I don't go for the creatures. That's why I will stop on that subject matter.
Yeah,
but
please,
Judas,
thank
thank
you.
for no, Judas, trust me. Thanks for inviting me. You won an election and you stay bitter, you stay insulting. It's not good for the country. How do you expect the other people to respect your leadership of the country? We are also leaders from our end. So thank you very much.
Thanks so kindly. His name is Moses Akaros Gray. Monday we have a debate here. I will let them know the time for the debate between the two formers right here, only on the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. The news is up next. Tomorrow, Chokon Wodapu will be here.